Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Aaron Baker, Head of Communications for Coolpad Americas. Thanks for joining us, Aaron.
Hey, Fred, thanks for having me.
For folks who aren't familiar with the brand, before we get into this cool new mobile phone that you've got, give us a little background about the company.
Sure. So Coolpad's been in the Americas market since 2012, and we've ranged on several carriers in that time. But what really excites me is we redid the company in 2018, and we call it internally Coolpad 2.0. And our focus has shifted from being just another OEM out there that sells phones to a family-based provider. So you perhaps saw at CES, we launched the Dino smartwatch for kids. This device we have that's positioned for family, whether you're young or perhaps it's for an older member of the family or for yourself. Our focus is to become the number one provider of family-based technology. And so with that mission in mind, it's been really fun to see how our products have changed and how we've worked to make the family the center point at Coolpad.
And the newest in the line is called the Legacy. So tell us about the Coolpad Legacy.
So I'm really excited about this one just personally because I've worked in the industry for a long time, and I'm excited about this device because we've taken some high-end specifications that you perhaps would see on a device that costs $800, $900, and we brought that to a more affordable price point. So Legacy, for example, has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, Quick Charge 3.0. It's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 450 processor, a nice big display at 6.36 inches, full HD. So we brought these features down into a price point that this could be a great device for your teenager or a great device for an older member of your family or even for yourself. So that's what's exciting about this is it's taken those features and made them available for everybody, and you're not spending $1,000 or $50 a month on your carrier plan.
Tell us about pricing.
So it's available today at Metro by T-Mobile, and I can't spoil the news, but in a couple of weeks it'll be available at another carrier as well. The MSRP is $129.99. Metro is actually running a promotion at the moment that's where it's selling for $29.99. So again, a device with a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, 6.36 inch display, $29.99 at Metro. I mean, you can see you could buy several of those for your family members and still come in way under what you would be spending for one device from another OEM.
And Metro is part of the T-Mobile family for folks who aren't familiar with it. Tell us about some of the other features. One of the things that I do like here, other features that you haven't mentioned, is the expandable storage.
Yeah, the expandable storage is great. So it supports up to 128 gigabyte micro SD card there in the device. And I like the Quick Charge 3.0. I'm always on the go with meetings and working. And so I like the fact that not only is the battery large, but if it's a particularly busy day and it's towards the end of the day and I'm traveling and the battery is low, I can plug it in really quickly and get a quick charge thanks to the Quick Charge 3.0 tech. But what's cool to me about it is we have this device, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but we have this device that I think what a lot of OEMs are doing now is they're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at a device. They're saying, hey, you need this, and you need this amazing camera and this amazing battery and 6 gigabytes of RAM or 12 gigabytes of RAM. And oh, by the way, the phone's $1,000. What we've found is that consumers tend to focus on one or two key features. And actually, battery is really important for a lot of consumers. And so that was kind of one of the key reasons why we brought some of these features to this device and made it much more affordably priced, and we're giving people what they want.
But most are looking for a good camera, so tell us about that feature here.
Yeah, really proud of the camera on this device. So we have a dual camera on the back of the device. It's 16 megapixels, and then there's a 5 megapixel telephoto lens on the rear, and then there's a front-facing camera as well for great selfies. So with that telephoto lens, you can get those portrait shots, if you will, where it takes the bokeh effect and kind of blurs out the background. So you're getting high-end camera features, again, at a nice price point.
And the version of Android that you're using is pretty impressive, too, for this pricing.
Yeah, it's Android 9 Pie, so latest version of Android. And you'll see, if you're familiar with Android, obviously some OEMs will do some customizations to Android, make it look a little bit different depending on who you're purchasing from. There are some light customizations that we've added to make the experience better, but it's a relatively pure version of Android 9 Pie.
And the front is equipped with Gorilla Glass 3 to give folks some protection, which is really needed these days, I guess, for folks.
Well, I was talking to somebody that wanted to give one of these to their teenager, and I was like, hey, Gorilla Glass 3. So if it does drop, you're a little bit more protected against the scuffs and potentially breaking the display. So it is nice to have that.
Terrific. Now, tell us a little bit more about some of the other things in the lineup at Coolpad, because you mentioned one before, the watch that you have for kids.
Absolutely. So the Dyno smartwatch for kids launched in January, and then with this, we launched this in May, and hopefully what you're seeing, and I know what you'll continue to see from Coolpad is this focus on the family. So we launched the kids smartwatch, we launched Coolpad Legacy, which appeals to all members of the family, and as we go through the product lineup throughout the rest of the year, there are other smartphones, there are other devices as well. I can't spoil too much, but you'll notice that these will appeal to other members of the family that, in my opinion, have been missed by a lot of OEMs, kids, teenagers, older members of the family, people that have needs that aren't necessarily being met today by the OEMs in the marketplace. So that's what energizes me and what I'm really excited about is we're appealing to the full family here. It's not just the tech heavy person. It's not just the dad, the mom, it's everybody.
Great stuff. Now, for more information, folks can go to coolpad.us. Aaron Baker, thank you for taking the time with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Now this. Innovation. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, and I've been covering consumer technology for a long time, and it takes a lot to impress me. That's why I'm excited to tell you about the latest way to enjoy cooking in the great outdoors from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. What if you could harness the sun to cook your meals anywhere you go, day or night? The GoSun Fusion arrives this summer using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage, and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co and use the code Techstination to save 10%. That's gosun.co.